Chelsea, tell me the truth. Are you actually taste blind or something? Excuse me? You did it again! Another absolutely disgusting meal. I don't understand how someone can keep cooking such awful food no matter how many times I try to help. I've been giving you advice again and again, haven't I? And yet here we are, no improvement. So I threw out everything you made today. All of it. What? Wait a second. Did you go rifling through our fridge again? Rifling through? How dare you use such a vulgar phrase? You might want to watch your tone, young lady. That's very rude. Rude? And what do you call throwing away food I spent hours preparing? That's not just rude, it's wasteful and disrespectful. Then stop making food worth throwing away. If you don't want it tossed out, maybe make something that doesn't taste like punishment. You need to reflect on yourself, Chelsea. Think hard. Because in case you've forgotten, you are married to my son, Dean, the sous chef at a Michelin-starred restaurant. I haven't forgotten. Then you should be ashamed. Do you have any idea how humiliating it is that the wife of a top-class chef can't even make a halfway decent side dish? What do you think people would say if they knew? They'd probably say it's none of their business. Wrong. They'd say he deserves better. He's been trained in fine cuisine, refined taste, delicate balance, and you, what are you feeding him? Boiled mush? Burnt hope? You are dragging him down. Dean eats everything I make, happily. He always tells me it's delicious. That's called pity, dear. A husband trying not to hurt his wife's feelings. You think a trained palate like Dean's actually enjoys what you cook? Poor boy is probably dying inside every dinner. I wouldn't be surprised if your cooking has started dulling his sense of taste. Imagine if that started affecting his work. How would you take responsibility? It hasn't affected anything. Dean... It could. It could! Do you even understand how serious that is? If he starts slipping at work, if his reputation drops, do you know what that leads to? Job loss, career ruin, and maybe even divorce. Yes, I said it. Divorce. All because you couldn't tell the difference between flavor and failure. You're overreacting. I'm protecting my son. By insulting his wife? If that's what it takes. I will not sit back and watch my son's career get derailed because you decided seasoning is optional. You've made your opinion very clear. But if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to work. Work? What work? Oh, right, your little office job. So sorry for interrupting your incredibly important work of emails and spreadsheets. Heaven forbid I keep you from your printer. I'm not doing this right now. Oh, how convenient. Always walking away when you have no defense. Typical, just like you walk away from the stove when your food's burning. I said, excuse me. Running away again, huh? Go ahead, flee. But just remember, next time you make dinner, I will be watching. And if it's inedible again, I will throw it away. Every single time. And every single time, I'll keep making meals Dean enjoys. Because he appreciates the effort, even if you don't. Oh, he's just being polite. You think a real chef wants to come home and eat a frozen lasagna reheated in a chipped casserole dish? He told me last week the potato gratin reminded him of his grandmother's. He went back for thirds. Pity eating, I told you. No, you're just upset that he found comfort in something I made instead of something from your precious kitchen. Excuse me, I taught him everything. He was learning to use a knife before he could even read. I was the one who gave him taste. And you're going to undo all of that with your frozen peas and mayonnaise horror shows. You don't care about what Dean wants, you care about control. You ungrateful little... If you actually cared about him, you'd let him enjoy something without poisoning it with your criticism. But you can't help yourself, can you? I will not be spoken to like this in my son's house. Then maybe stop treating it like yours. You'll regret that. I swear to you, if Dean ever gets sick of your cooking, or you... Dean, your mother let herself into the house again.
Wait, what? That can't be right. I took her spare key away weeks ago.
Well, apparently that didn't stop her, but we can talk about that part later. Right now, you should know the entire week's worth of meal prep is gone.
Gone? What do you mean, gone?
As in she threw it all out, every single dish.
You're kidding! Last night I opened the freezer to get some ice and saw the containers stacked in there. They were full! full. Looked like you just finished cooking.
I made a big batch because we were entering the busy season at work and I didn't want to be scrambling for dinner every night. I was proud of what I made too. But this morning when I went to grab lunch, all of it was gone. Not a single container left, just empty space and a trash bag in the bin.
Unbelievable! Just because she didn't like something doesn't mean she gets to throw it out. There's a difference between being picky and being disrespectful. Wasting food like that, it's not just inconsiderate, it's wrong!
I thought maybe this time would be different, but apparently her opinion of my cooking still hasn't changed. And she took it upon herself, again, to decide what stays and what goes in our house.
I don't get it. Seriously, what's wrong with her palate?
What do you mean?
Every time I bring your food to the restaurant, when I pack leftovers for lunch, or when you made that quiche for my coworkers, everyone loved it. And when we had Mom over for dinner a few weeks ago, she finished her plate. She said this is actually decent, remember?
I remember, but it's like the moment she's not being watched, she defaults to her old habits. Criticizing, meddling, I don't know what to do anymore.
And the thing is, I think your cooking is genuinely good. You've improved so much. You season thoughtfully, you balance flavors. Honestly, sometimes your sauces are better than mine.
Thanks. That means a lot. But clearly your mother doesn't share that sentiment. Or maybe she just doesn't want to.
Yeah, I'm starting to think this has less to do with taste and more to do with control.
That wouldn't surprise me. She hasn't exactly been subtle about wanting me to shape up as your wife. Like there's some impossible standard I'm failing to meet.
It's exhausting and completely unfair to you. I told her not to come over uninvited anymore. I was very clear about it.
Well, apparently clear wasn't enough. She just marched in, trashed a week's worth of food, and left without so much as a note. I only figured it out because the trash smelled like freshly cooked meat and there was nothing left in the freezer.
Jesus! How much did you make?
Enough to last 5 dinners and 3 lunches. Lasagna, curry, grilled salmon, some stews. It wasn't quick stuff, Dean. I spent hours yesterday putting it all together.
I'm so sorry, Chelsea. Really, you didn't deserve that.
It's not even about the time anymore, or the money, though that hurts too. It's just this feeling of being undermined. Like no matter what I do, it's never going to be enough for her.
It's more than enough for me, always has been, and I hate that you're constantly being made to feel otherwise.
I just wanted to let you know we don't have dinner ready tonight. That's really why I brought this up right now.
No worries. Honestly, I'm happy to order something or even skip a proper meal if you need a break. You shouldn't feel pressured to start over from scratch after what happened.
Thank you. I was thinking the same. To be honest, I feel completely drained after yesterday. I went all out, and now all I feel is defeated. The thought of cooking again tonight makes my stomach turn.
Then don't. Let's just relax. We'll pick something up on the way home, eat in our pajamas, and call it a win. You don't need to earn anyone's approval. Not mine, not hers.
Okay, I'll take you up on that. Still hurts, but knowing you've got my back helps more than I can say.
I always do. And when I get home, let's talk about how to handle this. I don't want her coming in here like this again. We'll figure out real boundaries, ones she can't ignore.
Sounds good. Changed the lock? Hello, Judith. Yes, I called a locksmith and had the lock replaced with a type that can't be duplicated easily. What a waste of money. If you've got money to blow on nonsense like that, maybe you should spend it on cooking classes instead. If we're talking about waste, throwing away all of my meal prep cost us over $200 in groceries this month. I'd say that's the real financial loss here. Don't you dare blame me for your bad cooking. The problem is you have no desire to improve. You don't take initiative, you don't learn, you don't reflect. Women like you are called inedible wives, you know that? You should be striving to be worthy of being married to a top chef. You don't get to throw out food just because you don't like it. Your taste is not the law of this household. Then how about you just get better at cooking? Dean enjoys my meals. He finishes his plate every time. He's just being polite. He's trained to lie like that to protect people's feelings. He probably cries in the shower after dinner. Anyway, I need to get back to work. And thanks to the new lock, I can do so in peace without worrying that someone's raiding the freezer and throwing away everything I made. How dare you talk to me like this, Chelsea? Goodbye, Judith. Chelsea, I need to ask you something. Hello again, Judith. What is it today? I'm having a few friends over this Sunday, 5 or 6 of them. I'd like you to prepare the food for the gathering. Sorry, what? You heard me. A nice spread, appetizers, a main course or 2, something presentable for company. Judith, you've made it very clear that you think my cooking is awful. You've thrown away entire batches of food without even tasting them. And now you want me to cook for your guests? This is my way of showing encouragement. It's a guidance, a push in the right direction. Guidance? You never seem motivated to improve your cooking on your own, so I figured if I gave you a proper challenge, a real occasion, you'd finally be forced to rise to the occasion. Take it seriously. So, because you don't think I've tried hard enough, you're using your own social gathering as a kind of culinary exam? Exactly. And think of it this way. If the food actually turns out edible, maybe I'll reconsider your potential as Dean's wife. Unfortunately, I won't be available on Sunday. I'm going back to my hometown this weekend. What for? One of my close friends is getting married. The ceremony's being held at a venue in my hometown, so I'm going a day early to stay with my parents. Then make the food ahead of time. That only gives me tonight, and it's already late. You expect me to make an entire dinner party's worth of food with a few hours' notice? You'll manage. You always claim to be so efficient, don't you? No, that's unrealistic and... Then cancel your trip. A friend's wedding is not as important as your duties as a wife and daughter-in-law. Honestly, inconsiderate. You can always send a gift later. What matters is that you don't abandon your responsibilities to this family. Excuse me? That friend you want me to cancel on, she was at our wedding. She flew across the country, gave a heartfelt speech, and supported us when I barely knew anyone in town. I owe her my presence, not just a gift. Oh, you're being dramatic. You're blowing this way out of proportion. I'm honoring a promise. That's not dramatic. That's basic respect. Enough with the excuses. Sunday's event is not optional. You will prepare food and have it here in time. That's final. Dean, do you have a minute?
Of course. What's up?
Your mom. She's thrown another impossible request at me.
Huh? What did she do now?
It's kind of a long story, and honestly, I don't have the energy to explain it all again, so I just sent you a screenshot of the message she sent. Check your phone. When you've read it, message me back.
Got it. Hey, Chelsea, you sound drained. Wait, what the hell is this?
So you saw it?
Yeah, I read every word. So now that she can't use the key to sneak into the house anymore, she's just found a new way to barge into your life. This is unbelievable.
Exactly, and the timing couldn't be worse. I already told her I am going back to my hometown this weekend. There's no way I can cook an entire party meal tonight. There just isn't enough time or energy in me right now.
I get it. You've already got plans. And even if you didn't, this kind of demand is way out of line.
I honestly don't even know how to respond to her anymore. Part of me wants to just block her.
Hey, listen, don't stress. I'll take care of it.
What do you mean?
I'll do the cooking. I'll make the whole spread myself. Appetizers, entrees, whatever she wants. Leave it all to me.
Wait, seriously? You'll handle the whole thing?
Absolutely. If it's me, her Michelin star chef son, doing the cooking, even she won't dare complain. It's probably the only scenario where she'll shut her mouth and smile.
But it's your weekend off. I didn't want this to eat up your rest time.
Chelsea, you deal with her nonsense way more than I do. If I can do one thing to help carry the weight for once, then yeah, I'll gladly give up my day off. Besides, lucky for us, I've got today and tomorrow off. Perfect timing, right?
That's honestly such a relief. I felt like I was drowning.
I could tell. And you shouldn't be feeling that way, especially not because of my mom. So don't worry about a thing. Let me handle this one from start to finish. You don't lift a finger.
Thank you, really, thank you. I was just about ready to burst into tears. It's been a long week.
I know. I'm sorry you've had to deal with her on your own so much, but you're not alone in this. Not anymore.
Let me know if you need help with prep or anything.
Nope, I've got it covered. I'll start sketching out the menu now and head to the market in a bit. By Sunday, her guests will be so impressed she won't know what hit her.
This is the... Chelsea! What the hell was that food? I know you said you were heading home early this morning for your little trip or whatever, and I figured that's why Dean dropped off the food on your behalf. Fine, I get that part, but the actual dishes? Completely unacceptable. Bland, sloppy, nothing was edible. I threw it all out. Again. The only thing remotely decent was that fancy-looking cake. I'll give you credit for at least picking something up from a popular shop for once. But even that is meaningless if your homemade dishes are trash. Wait, you threw all of it out? The whole meal? Of course I did. What else could I do? Serve that garbage to my guests? I'd rather die of embarrassment. Everything except that cake went straight into the bin. You're seriously telling me you just threw everything away? Yes. You can't serve food that tastes like it came from a school cafeteria. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to cancel your little wedding trip, come back right now, and redo all of it from scratch. Understood? Wow. You really don't know what you've just done, do you? Excuse me? I'm not the one who did anything. You're the one who keeps screwing up. Judith, are your taste buds okay? What? How dare you? Actually, let me ask this a different way. Do you even know who made that food you threw out? Oh, what kind of question is that? Of course you did. I told you to cook for Sunday, didn't I? Right. Then I guess I'll go ahead and inform the actual cook that everything he made was just tossed in the trash. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Oh, don't worry. You'll be getting a message very shortly.
Mom, what the hell did you just do?
Dean? Oh, wait, hold on a second. Chelsea said the person who cooked was going to message me directly, but... No, it couldn't be.
Yeah, it was me. Chelsea had plans. She told you in advance that she'd be out of town for the wedding of a close friend, so I took over. I made all the food you just threw away.
But when you dropped it off, you didn't say anything.
Yeah, that's on me. I didn't think it needed an announcement. But honestly, this turned out to be a blessing, because now it's crystal clear. You don't judge food by how it tastes, Mom. You judge it by who made it.
That's not true.
Oh? Then let me ask you this. Was the food I made today really so awful that it deserved to be tossed in the trash?
Well, I mean...
Because if that's true, then maybe I need to start questioning my own palate. Or maybe I've lost my edge. And if that's the case, then I might not be fit to run a kitchen anymore.
No, Dean, it's not like that.
Then be honest. How was the food?
It was good. Delicious, even.
Uh-huh. And the cake you claimed was the only decent thing? Yeah, Chelsea made that. From scratch. She stayed up late last night to surprise me, said she didn't want me handling everything on my own. She even modeled the design after that popular cake shop she knows you like.
Wait, that cake was hers?
Yup, and you just praised it without realizing. So now it's obvious you've been biased this whole time. This isn't about food, this is about Chelsea. You've been targeting her since day one.
Dean, that's not...
I'm done, Mom. Seriously, you're on your own for tomorrow's party. I'm not cooking anything else.
You're kidding. You expect me to do it?
Well, I mean, you are the one who said Chelsea's cooking was unacceptable, so clearly you think you can do better.
You know I can't handle a full menu.
Sure you can. If not, I hear you're great at generating dark matter in the kitchen.
Dean, please, help me. I'll apologize. I'll be nicer to Chelsea, okay?
Too little, too late. I'm working tomorrow anyway. Can't help even if I wanted to. Also, I won't be coming by for a while.
What are you talking about?
We're moving.
Moving?
Yeah, I didn't mention it earlier because I wasn't sure when everything would fall into place, but now it has. The location for my own restaurant is finalized, and it's far enough that we'll be changing residences.
You never said a word about this.
I was going to, but then you kept pushing Chelsea. You crossed the line again and again. So I waited, and honestly, now I'm glad I did.
You don't have to move. Oh, can't you just stay here?
Nope. I'm not keeping my wife anywhere near someone who treats her like garbage. That's not up for debate.
Please, I won't do it anymore, I swear.
Yeah, that promise would mean something if you hadn't made it 10 times already. But now, we're done.
Dean, please, I'm your mother.
And Chelsea is my wife. She's the one I chose. And I'm choosing her again.
After everything that happened, my husband told me to block his mother's number, and I followed his instructions without hesitation. But starting the very next day after I returned home from my parents' house, she began showing up at our front door almost daily, completely unannounced. Each visit was more persistent than the last. It became suffocating. Eventually, I took advantage of a moment when she let her guard down and made my escape. For about a week, I stayed in a business hotel trying to gather my thoughts and figure out my next steps. Every move I made during that time was carried out in secret, late at night. Fortunately, my mother-in-law is the type who's sound asleep by 10 p.m., so I managed to complete the move without her ever realizing. Later, we had her picked up by my father-in-law, who's currently on a solo work assignment 5 hours away by car. He agreed to take her in, and with that, we finally put some much-needed physical distance between us. Since she doesn't know our new address, we can finally breathe a little easier. As a side note, my father-in-law apparently lost all patience with her years ago and plans to file for divorce when he retires. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.